thanks to the support as a channel member, Shaz Danks. It is a transfer special today. Stay tuned for that. But first, an advert. Today's transfer special is brought to you by Bourne shirts. They're back on sale for only one more week. We did actually put them back on sale for 2 weeks, but I've recorded these videos so far in advance. This is the first time I've got to tell you. So they're on sale until this coming Sunday, which is Sunday, the 9th of August. They go off sale midnight, Sunday, the 9th of August. So if you want one, you've got to order one by then. And this is going to be the last time these shirts are available to order. And they're $34.99 for adult sizes, $32.99 for kids sizes. They're the shirts you see me wear in the videos every day, apart from today, because it's really hot and I can't wear a football shirt today because I'll melt. But they're all very, very cool. You can have them personalised with your name and number. They've got the nice embroidered badges. They have a very excellent LOLLUJO naming on the front. You asked for them to go back on sale. They are back on sale. Like I say, just 1 week though. And this will be it then, because as we know, this is the final season of the save coming up. And there's no point having the shirts on sale once the series is done. So if you want one, now is the time. Link is in the description below. Hello and welcome to part 158 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have the final transfer special of the series. As you'll know, I mean, if you haven't watched yesterday's or the last episode, it wasn't yesterday, was it? It was Saturday. If you haven't watched Saturday's video yet, go watch it now. Spoilers coming. As you'll know, we won the Champions League in the Sir Mitar Cernajacki final, where he had a lovely time, didn't he? If you don't remember what happened, here's your confirmation of what happened. Mitar Cernajacki scored 4 goals in a Champions League final. Somehow, still not on the club legends list. Still only considered a club icon, although several of the Champions League winning boys have now made their way onto the favoured personnel list, finally. But yeah, Sir Mitar Cernajacki needs to become a legend over the course of this next season. So that is goal number 1, and hopefully, if we can win the Club World Cup next summer, which will be the season finale, the series finale, playing in that, hopefully that will push him up to legendary status, because I think he absolutely deserves to get there. But that means this summer is all about just filling any gaps that might be in the squad to try and win the Premier League again. Obviously, we've won it once, but then we did get pipped at the post by Liverpool this time, so it'd be nice to win the Premier League one more time. We obviously want to be competitive in the Champions League again, but the big priority this year is winning the Club World Cup. If we can do that and do nothing else, we'll consider that a job well done. We don't know what kind of transfer budget we're going to be. Oh, in fact, we do. There you go. Transfer budget is behind my head. We've got 77, nearly 78 million pounds of transfer budget. So we can go and sign a player or two. If we have a look at our squad depth and filter squad depth to the 3-star thing that we usually do and have a little look at where we might want to strengthen, I don't think we need a striker. We've got Soma, Domenico, Gomez will probably leave permanently this summer. But we've got Sebastio coming through. Briseño is still officially a striker, although I'm still trying to push him to be a central midfielder. I just think he'll be better at it. There you go. That's his attributes as an advanced forward. And then that's his attributes as a mezzala on attack. I think that's his position. We'll get him there, maybe. I don't think we need anything on the wings. We've got Cook on one side, Cernajacki on the other. Ricardo as backup for both. Jusper is around, but obviously did his cruciate ligaments in the last league game. So maybe we do need one more wide player so that we've got some kind of backup for Ricardo, who's effectively backup on both sides. Defensive midfield, Addo and Bonilla is fine. Central midfield, Steinman, Lubinkovic, Ricardo, Sarmiento. Maybe you could fit another player in there, but with both Addo and Bonilla being able to play there as well, and often playing there, and Steinman being able to drop back there, I think as a 5 or 6 to cover those 3 positions, we're not doing too badly. Left back, we've got Giladucci and Regulus. Right back, Arango and Foose. We're fine there. De Silva and Diaz are our centre backs. We have got Nixon Burke, who I think we're getting close to writing off Nixon Burke territory. He did arrive as a wonder kid, but he's now 22 years old. His potential is now only showing as 4 stars. It is a solid 4 stars, so he will get better from here. And I think he'll be a perfectly adequate Premier League centre-back in time. And he's probably fine as a 4th choice. The fact that he's English. Is he homegrown at club? Did we sign him young enough for him to be homegrown at club? I don't think we did. but he's homegrown in England. So I think just bringing in one more defender, and then we don't need another keeper. We've got Mendoza, we've got Beagles, we've got Simic. So looking at the squad, there's nothing we really need. Who on earth is Emilio Calderon? Oh, good work, past Kev. You've already filled one of those gaps. We've got a new winger coming in. I completely forgot. It's probably over a week since I did this. For context, the last 5 or so episodes were all recorded in one evening while the streamer showdown was happening, like 2 weeks ago now for you. I just recorded them all whilst watching that footage, and now I haven't touched the save for nearly a week. And so it's probably a week and a half since I agreed to sign Emilio Calderon, who is a right winger who, I mean, he looks fine. Joining on a free transfer from Nice, actually from Real Madrid. He's been on loan at Nice. So that's our backup right winger. So we don't need a backup right winger. We don't really need anything. We've got to buy something. We don't really need anything. It's like going to Primark. So let's have a look through all the season review stuff. I can't press the right buttons. Come on, where did it go? So this is our overall best 11 now. So Steinman and Lee Cook have both been added to the all-time best 11. So I think that probably... No, it doesn't mean the end for Quinn. Quinn is inexplicably still in there. It's Gomez who's lost out to allow Cook into the all-time best 11. According to the game, Jacob Quinn, who was on loan with us for a year, is a better part of this club's history than Christian Gomez. How do you all feel about that comment section? So our best goalkeeper, our goalkeeper in the all-time best 11 is a Sir Alan Hardy, who's on the transfer list. I'm wondering, final season and all that, maybe we bring Sir Alan Hardy home. If we can offer him a player coach role, that would be perfect. Although he's a 31-year-old keeper, he's probably going to think it's a little bit too soon for that. Barnes at left back is still playing for LAFC. After all this time, is he American yet? He is still not American. He sees no benefit of becoming American. So I guess he's coming home when he's done. Diaz, De Silva and Arango is the rest of the back four. Steinman and Sarmiento. It's a very familiar look around this team. It's basically the Champions League winning team with Jacob Quinn and Sir Alan Hardy added in, and Barnes. Cook, Ricardo, Cernajacki, and then Quinn up front. Quinn is a baffling choice in there. End of season awards, Bonilla getting player of the season, 46% of the vote. That is a surprise. Diaz runner up on 23%, and Cernajacki only third place on player of the year voting. Obviously happened before that Champions League final, because there is not a chance that he doesn't win it if they see that game. Goal of the season goes to Ricardo. So let's have a look at the goal of the season. I've just clicked on Lee Cook. Hope that's not going to cancel off the goal. It doesn't look like it is. The goal is loading up. Let's have a little look at it. So, De Silva playing it forward to Ricardo. It's all moving painfully slowly, but Ricardo has picked that up basically just inside our half. We were 4-0 up at this point, and there's his 5th goal against Porto. This was a hugely important game. I remember we were on the verge of being knocked out of the Champions League, and then we went and beat Porto 6-0. If we hadn't have done that, we wouldn't have won the Champions League this year. Domenico gets signing of the season. Foose, age 24, gets young player of the year. And our team of the year, Mendoza in goal, a back four of Regulus, Diaz, De Silva and Arango. That's interesting because I often favour Giladucci over Regulus. Bonilla at the base of the midfield, Sarmiento and Addo ahead of him. Again, interesting because I often put Steinman in ahead of Sarmiento. And then Cook, Cernajacki and Domenico is the front three. That all looks about right. Joint top scorers, Cernajacki and Domenico, 22 goals apiece. Bonilla, highest average rating. Cook, most assists. Beagles, best pass completion. And Bonilla at most man of the matches with Arango, king of the Naughty Boys Club. Although really, it's not much of a Naughty Boys Club when we didn't get a single red card all season, which that must be the first time in the save we managed to do that. Season review, we overachieved. We were supposed to qualify for the Champions League. We did, in style, twice over. We finished runners-up in the Premier League. We won the Champions League. We also won the big one, the FA Community Shield, the McDonald's Happy Meal Token Community Shield. And we didn't really try in the domestic cups. We played the reserves in both of those and got through to the quarterfinals in both of them. So not too bad at all. And we do need to go one better and win the league again next year. I'll feel uncomfortable ending a series having only won the Premier League once. End of season club visionness. There's so much club culture that I don't even read it anymore. They just seem to add stuff in all the time. More interesting to me is these 5-year plans. So they're looking to challenge for the Premier League and get to a Champions League semi-final. Basically, by the end of the 5 years, win the Premier League, continue to win the Premier League. We're not going to play possession football. So I'm just going to keep taking this nonsense off because sack me. I'm not going to play possession football. I mean, we do, but I'm not going to be judged on it. Thank you. I might decide not to. Dynamics, we've got Cernajacki, Diaz and Steinman as our team leaders. So it's pretty rare to have 3 team leaders who will all be regulars in the team next year. We don't need to worry about moving any of them on. End of season team meeting. We need to passionately say that we are challenging for the title. Everyone's happy that we're going to challenge for the title. Morale is sky high, apart from with Mendoza, who's probably still gutted that he missed out on the Champions League final. There's your confirmation of Golden Boot for the Champions League. Domenico finishing runner-up with 8 Champions League goals. This was always the difference between him and Gomez. Gomez could do it in the Premier League. Domenico can do it in Europe. Goal of the tournament. Ricardo was runner-up for goal of the tournament in the Champions League. The Champions League Dream 11. Look at all the Bourne players in that. In fact, it's mainly Bourne and Liverpool with the 1 Real Madrid player added in. But Mendoza, Gilarducci, who didn't even make it into our team of the year. Da Silva, Diaz, Addo, Cernajacki and Domenico all making it into the Champions League Dream 11. And here's your confirmation of the winners per position. And it is a Bourne clean sweep. Mendoza wins goalkeeper of the tournament. Da Silva, defender of the season, with Diaz as 3rd place. We are going to scout this Frost guy who got in the team of the year. He's at Real Madrid, so we probably can't afford him. What is he? He's an English right back, so we don't even need him. They certainly want a free transfer from Arsenal. What are Arsenal? What are they thinking? Letting this guy leave? They didn't even give him a chance. Am I in charge of their youth development or something? Bonilla and Cook both in the midfielder of the season. I guess we may as well just carry on scouting everyone who's made it onto this list. And then Domenico, and then Steve Newell is another, I think he's another English player. I mean, he's old, but we'll scout him anyway. And Pedro Roca can get a scout as well. So let's just pat all this lot on the head, tell them they did good, and I guess just go bargain hunting and see if there's anything we fancy buying. We have a look at our existing scout reports. It is weird because there's nothing. There's genuinely nothing I particularly want. I think our squad is great. So I guess we're just looking for someone awesome. He's awesome. He's young. He's a right winger. We don't need him. And that is going to be the internal sentences that I go through over and over again over the next couple of hours, probably, while I constantly look at this list thinking, he's great. We don't really need him. I mean, this guy genuinely is great and we probably could do with him. Him and Da Silva at the back. That might be missing piece of the puzzle territory. Marcus Delic, we can afford him. He's at Leverkusen. We might just go sign him, get our 4th centre back in, and then call that a job well done. Transfer window over. Well, we have made it through to the 1st of July. Calderon is in, who we talked about before. He's our new cover for Cernajacki on the right-hand side. Just get him nicely nestled into the squad, give him a squad number, and all that usual kind of stuff. I have, however, made, hopefully, my final massive balls up of the save. We did sign Delic. We spent our entire transfer budget on him, £78 million. Some way, somehow, I've managed to make it so he joins next summer rather than this summer. I don't know how I've done it. There's certainly no way to fix it. There's no sign early option like there would be if he was a pre-contract player. There's no excuses. I don't know how I've done it. And the ridiculous thing is I've only just noticed it. So I can't, it's not like I could do a cheeky reload. Not that I would. But sometimes when we've done these honest mistakes on stream, we've escaped. By the way, I stream 4 nights a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, 8 PM UK time. Link is in the description below. But there could have been an argument for Kev, just reload, it was an honest mistake. Can't even do that because it's been 6 weeks of game time since I made the transfer. And yeah, whoever takes over from me here at Bourne, it's a nice little present for him. One of the best young defenders in the world. Not yet played for Germany. Ridiculous. So that leaves me with no transfer budget. I don't even know. That might be it. We've obviously got the Community Shield to come. There are 4 players that I'm kind of trying to get rid of. Sarmiento, Ricardo, Gomez and Lavelle. If we can get good money for each of them, we've got, if we go back to the finances, we've only got 25% retained transfer revenue. See, that is a problem. Can we increase that? Right, so that's increased to 40%. It's still not much, but if we can get close to value for these 4, and all 4 of these are out of contract next summer, and I haven't yet given them new deals, but he's worth 47 million. Those 2 are worth roughly the same kind of amount. Lavelle, 10 million. So I would say we've probably got, let's say, 120 million pounds off a player there. If we can get 2/3 of the value, if we can get 80 million, that'll give me 35 million to spend on a replacement for Sarmiento and or Ricardo. I'm not desperate to do it. I'm kind of just doing it because I feel like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm doing it because I kind of feel like I should be doing some transfers, but I'm not interested in doing those kind of transfers, really. Christian Gomez just got a grumpong, so I wouldn't let him go to Norwich for 20 million. I have now put him on the transfer list to try and generate some more offers for him. He wants to leave because he wants game time, but his salary is going to be a real stumbling block wherever he goes. We might end up selling him cut price as well, which is not ideal. Well, we sold the players I was looking to sell, not quite for as much money as I was hoping to get, but we got 1.7 million for Monrose, who's gone to Barnsley. Ricardo's gone to Tottenham for 40 million pounds. Lavelle ended up going out on loan for a 1.2 million pound loan fee. His contract will expire at the end of the season and he'll just go. Sarmiento, 34.5 million pounds to Porto, and Christian Gomez, 13 million pounds to Burnley. Based on his salary, that is the most I could get out of anybody. Every offer for more than that wanted a salary contribution. He was in talks with Birmingham, Watford and Burnley. He's gone to Burnley. And, I mean, they're a Premier League team who've been pushing for Champions League spots in recent years. I guess this coming season is the season we find out who was right about Christian Gomez. He only got 8 goals in the Championship last season for Wolves. So we'll see, I guess, whether or not he ends up in the running for the Golden Boot again. If he does, I'll have egg on my face, won't I? With all those players leaving, though, it does mean that we've got 33 million pounds to spend again. Not much in the way of spare wage budget, but we can potentially bring in a player or two. And I think now I've given myself some areas that we probably need to strengthen. If we just add the under-23 squads and the under-18 squad into this as well, we have got some promising youngsters that can take a step up into this first team squad to fill some of these gaps. Matthias Giroud is a 5-star potential wonder kid with fantastic brown goatee blonde hair combo. He's a proper wonder kid. He's Basque as well. So is it Athletic Bilbao who can only sign Basque players? In fact, that's who we signed him from. What do you know? Spent £6 million on him last summer. He went out on loan to Espanyol for the rest of the season. He can play central midfield or up front. He's natural in both. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's the reason we sold Sarmiento. He moves into the first team squad. We've had midfielders now as Steinman, Bonilla. Right, let's do this properly. Steinman, Lubinkovic, obviously Addo or Bonilla, but it'll probably Addo more often than not. Giroud's in there. And we've also got Briseño who's in there as well, who's just been top scorer and top young player at the Copa America. I think it was the Copa America. The Copa America. He won many things at the Copa America, obviously playing as a striker. But I'm still going to continue trying to train him as a midfielder as well. So I'm not desperate to go out and replace Sarmiento because of the youth that we've got. Likewise, we don't need to replace Gomez because we've got Domenico, Soma, Briseño, Sebastião, Giroud. It's Giroud, isn't it? Is that the same way as the guy who used to play for Arsenal and Chelsea spelt his name? Maybe. We've got the Dr. Benji regen in there. Dr. Benji's son in the game. I assume he's got a little Chapman in one of his saves. We got to play him on the basis that we'll have to see if we can do a swap. If we had Jasper fit, which obviously we don't, if we did, I think we'd be fine not replacing Ricardo, because we brought in Calderon. We've got Sebastião who can play out wide. Obviously, Soma, Domenico, Calderon can all play this side as well. There's an argument that we maybe don't need to bring in another left winger because we've got Jasper and these guys who can deputise in the meantime. And so I think the one area probably is centre-back again because of Delic. But we know he's coming in next summer. So, but that's someone else will enjoy having him. I actually think we don't need to sign anybody. But if we find a bargain or two, we'll bring a bargain or two in. Now we've actually got some money to spend again. If we can find anything that's any good for less than 30 million, not another Brazilian striker, surely. Surely I'm not just going to waste it on another Brazilian striker. He's better than Domenico. Is he though? No, he's not. But he is a youngster. I'll keep looking. I'm going to try to... That just kills off any chance Sebastião has. So we should probably go with the guy we've got who's now homegrown at club as of this summer in the shape of Sebastião, rather than bringing in another young Brazilian. Interesting. Very interesting. Have they won anything? They've won the Euros twice. In fact, they've just won the Euros. It's a good England team. I think if we weren't right... There's two schools of thought here. School of thought number one is I already know I'm leaving Bourne at the end of the season. And at 58 years old, I can retire from club management and go and try and win the World Cup with England to finish the save. Something we didn't manage to do in non-league to legend this year. The other school of thought is if this had happened 2 or 3 years ago, it would be nice to do it alongside the save. You know what? Maybe we'll do one World Cup. We're going to do a World Cup. There we go. Bourne Town legend Kevin Chapman is the new England manager. Apparently, England are rivals with Scotland. Who knew? Number one ranked team in the world. Most capped players, Marcus Rashford. All-time top scorers, Steve Newell. There's your best team. Cook, obviously, in there. He's our only English player, really. Hot prospect, Steve Newell. I don't know that hot prospect means the same thing for England as it does at club level. Because that doesn't seem right. Yeah, we'll do a press conference. We'll meet the media. I'm not going to show you any of this until the World Cup, I don't think. We'll just get to the World Cup. And then that will be some videos that we can do while I'm figuring out what to replace the Bourne series with after it ends. It gives me an extra 3 or 4 days to figure out what to do. I'm a monster. It's Community Shield Day. We'll be looking for our Happy Meal tokens shortly. I don't think I'm doing any more transfers. We did sign another player, just one, and he's 17 and he doesn't arrive until January. I can't even find him. How do you find him? There he is. Sami Benali, 17-year-old Dutch left back. He's at Ajax at the moment. He's got 5-star potential and he joins us in January when he's 18 for £1.3 million. We're just building for we're building for a future we're not even going to be here for. I'm such a nice guy. I'm also determined to leave Bourne with 0 transfer debt when I leave in the summer. And it is possible. We've got £15 million of transfer debt remaining at the moment. If we have a look at our clauses, that is all to do with Joseph Addo and the final instalment for his enormous £110 million move from a few years ago. The final instalment, 16.66 million, is next summer. And then we will have 0 transfer debt. So I'm not doing any more never, never deals. I want to leave with 0 transfer debt, the club in a nice new ground, plenty of money in the bank, fantastic training facilities, good youngsters there ready to set up. I want this club to dominate English football for years. And I think we're setting them up nicely to be able to do that. But let's play in the McDonald's Community Shield. I know I should put a shirt on, like one of my Bourne shirts available now. Link in the description below. It's too hot. You just have to. I'm not wearing a football shirt in this heat. I don't know how footballers do it. And we have got a few injuries going into this game. Arango's picked up a knock. Addo's away on international duty. Playing in the Olympics. He's 25. Why is he playing for the under-23s? I know he's one of the overage players, but still, he's one of our best players. He shouldn't be faffing about at the Olympics. Mendoza's got a knock as well. And obviously, Jusper has got his cruciate ligament issue that is going to keep him out. I mean, he could potentially be back at Christmas, or he might be out for the rest of the season. It's just one of those injuries. We don't know how he's going to recover from it. So we have, because we've decided not to bring in any more players, brought one of our other wonder kids back from a loan. Vicente Agostino's a 21-year-old Portuguese under-21 international. He's a striker who can also play on the right wing, so he can give us cover in both of those positions. And we did initially loan him out to Marseille for the season after a successful loan with Trabzonspor that last year and Atlanta in America the year before. But you know what? Let's get him in the squad. We're a little bit light on numbers. Let's start using our youth. So this is the team for the Community Shield. And we play Liverpool again in tomorrow's episode in our first Premier League game. What a start to the season. And then we've also got the Super Cup against Bayer Leverkusen, where you'll get to see Delic for the first time because he'll be playing for them rather than us. Should be playing for us. I should learn to read. So we're going with Beagles in goal. A back four of Gilarducci, Da Silva, Diaz and Foose. Bonilla at the base of the midfield. Steinman and Lubinkovic ahead of him. And then Cook, Domenico and Sir Mitar Cernajacki are our front three. This is the first game since getting his knighthood that Cernajacki has played. Or at least started with a knighthood. Obviously, we ran onto the pitch with a sword towards the end of the Champions League final to knight him then, which, strangely, I haven't been banned from football for doing. So, hopefully, his first game as a knight of the realm, will go well. That's what we're hoping for. Feels weird doing a match without a shirt on. I am wearing a shirt. It's not like the green screen days where my shirt disappears because I'm wearing the wrong colour. I am wearing a shirt. I should be wearing one of those lovely, lovely Bourne shirts. And so should you. The link is in the description. Because I've only got a week to push them. My word. Am I probably going to push them? Right, first attack of the game. Gilarducci playing it forward to Domenico. Domenico, lovely pass. Cernajacki's in and can't quite squeeze the ball past the Liverpool goalkeeper. He hit it with his standing foot, which isn't the Sir Mitar Cernajacki that I know, but the ball ends up clear from the corner to Cook, who's hovering around on the edge of the area, trying to get past his man but can't, and Liverpool clear out for a throw. That was a weird highlight for us to see because nothing really happened as a part of it. But we started brightly. We've had the better of the early chances, although they've had more of the early chances and more possession. I think we've looked the more dangerous team. We're the team that got the attacking highlights. Liverpool. Cook with the corner, and I thought that was heading goalwards, but actually it's bounced clear, and Liverpool have got the opportunity for the counter-attack. And there with Stamenkovic coming down this right-hand side. We need to get a tackle in here. Cook intercepts the pass, and immediately the counter-attack is on. Cook's just going to keep on running. He ended up running a little bit too far into the Liverpool defender, but they could only clear as far as Gilarducci. We find Steinman, then Bonilla, Steinman again. Bonilla now to Lubinkovic, who's got a big opportunity this year with Sarmiento moving on, and Ricardo. It's really, when Addo's not there, it's between Lubinkovic and Bresenio, who plays in that Mezzala role for us. So we're expecting big things from Lubinkovic. We turned down a £45 million offer for him this summer, because I want to really get him more involved this year. Cernajacki with the corner again, but can't quite land it on the head of Da Silva, and it goes all the way back to, I think that was Foose. Cook has apparently made a lot of mistakes today. No more than anybody else, really. Nobody's played particularly well in this game. Gilarducci is being a ruffian, though, and picked up a yellow card. Right, I think we have been the better team. Although they've had more shots and more possession, we've certainly created the better chances early on. So if we carry on as we are, I think we're more likely to get the breakthrough at the moment. Although, that being said, Liverpool are through here because Foose has got himself sort of deserted further up the pitch and couldn't get back in time. But luckily, Liverpool very wasteful with it, and now they've got a goal kick, and they're trying to trying to build through our middle, which I don't like. Our middle is supposed to be good. It's almost as if we've taken an important part of the middle away with Sarmiento disappearing, and they've just scored a fantastic goal. How are we getting fewer fans to these Wembley games than we have done previously? Why have we only got 14,000 people? We get more than that for a home game now. Are Bourne fans that uninterested in the Happy Meal token community shield milkshake cup or whatever it's called? I mean, we've won it so many times now, I guess, that it's kind of lost its meaning. We've played in this game too many times. We won it last year, I guess, because we won the league last year. That explains why we played. But we won it last year. We're forever winning this thing. Cook now with the chance for the in-swinger, looking for Cernajacki, doesn't quite find him. Lebinkovic collects and plays it back out to Cook again. He's going to swing it back in for Cernajacki again. And this time, Cernajacki connects beautifully. Far fewer big ugly defenders hovering around him when it's not actually a set piece. Cook found him brilliantly, and there you go. He's crowded out by 3 players when it was a set piece, but he's just drifted wide. He knows it's going back out to Cook. He drifts wide, and then he's there completely unmarked for the header when the cross comes back in. You got to say, that's some terrible defending from Liverpool. They knew enough about him to mark him in the first place, and then just let him have a free header. What are they thinking? Right, we should probably make some substitutions. I forget that this is the Community Shield and we can basically make all the substitutions. So Soma's going to come on. We're also going to bring... Yeah, let's bring Calderon on this left-hand side. We're going to bring Briseño on. He can play there. We're just going to bring all of them on. So Nixon Burke can come on at the back. He can come on for Da Silva. And Sebastião, I guess he's going to have to come on for Cernajacki. I guess there's no reason to keep Cernajacki on. In fact, we're going to shuffle all of this around to get Sebastião up front. Calderon can go over there as a winger. Splendid. Let's see if all those changes are enough to go and grab us a winning goal with 20 minutes to go. Obviously, this doesn't have extra time or anything. It does just go straight to penalties. Briseño wins the ball back nicely. He's off the back of a very good Copa America. Plays Sebastião in, and that's our second big chance of the game. But Sebastião can't direct it goalwards, and it's a corner which Calderon is going to take. Our first look at Calderon, and I think that was Sebastião getting on the end of the header. Soma crosses it back in looking for Briseño, but doesn't find him. And now Regulus needs to keep this guy under control and does quite a good job of just stopping the counter-attack, making Liverpool work all the way back to the goalkeeper. Some good defensive work from Regulus without him actually having to get particularly close to the ball. It was well, you can tell he's a proper defender. At the moment, we've got our 2 more defensive fullbacks on who are actually defenders first, whereas the other 2 rascals, Arango and Gilarducci, are basically wingers that we play at the back sometimes. These 2 much more defensively solid, and we saw it there from Regulus. But it has gone to penalties. We'll just auto-pick those, and let's see how we get on. So a chance for Michael Beagles, once again, to make himself a hero in this penalty shootout, and They've shot wide from the first one. Big miss from Pavlovic. Serbia had a terrible Euros, actually. I kept an eye on them during the Euros because we know there's so many good Serbian players out there. Bonilla has his penalty saved, so it's 0-0. And they got knocked out in the first knockout round by Italy. So I guess their golden generation not going so well, although they're young enough to have another 2 or 3 tournaments in. And Beagles does make the penalty save this time. There you go. I told you he'd make himself a hero. Sebastião now. Go on, let's have our first penalty scored, and there you go. Sebastião scores it. Lovely stuff, and it's back to Beagles. If he can make another save, this is a big step towards another Community Shield for the collection. I don't think Beagles is on his line there, but I guess the referee's not bothered. If the referee's not bothered, I'm not bothered. Lebinkovic to restore our 1-goal advantage, stepping up to... their keeper's not on the line either, and he makes a save. I am more bothered about that one. It's 1-1, 2 misses apiece, and it's now Beagles up again with another chance to make a save. This is a short run-up from their player, and he just tucks it in to the right-hand side of that goal, and now there's a little bit of pressure on Soma to grab an equaliser for us with 1 penalty each remaining after this one. Soma has his penalty saved, and... I mean, that's not going to do him any favours down in the comments, is it? Goodness me. You're all already big Soma fans, and now Beagles has to make the save to keep us in the penalty shootout for that 5th penalty. a Beagle save, and we've got a chance to put it to sudden death. Otherwise, Liverpool get revenge on us for the Champions League by winning the big one and picking up a Community Shield. Obviously, back at the location of that Champions League final. Jacobo misses for Liverpool, and we've got the opportunity to take this all the way to sudden death now. I'm not sure who's taking our 5th penalty. The game is taking an absolute age to swap over the goalkeeper and our player. It's Brazeno. So he's going to be flying high and super happy after his Copa America. Top scorer in the team of the tournament. Young player of the tournament too. Can he put a marker down for a spot in our team for this year? He cannot. And Liverpool have won the Community Shield. And literally nobody cared. But it gives me a chance to tell the players I'm not happy. So when we play Liverpool again on the first day of the season, they know to up their game. So really, from a winning the league perspective, it's the best possible result we could have got. Well, that brings us to the end of the transfer window. And without doubt, my quietest one ever. One player coming in on a free transfer, albeit from Real Madrid. And that's it. £90 million worth of players sold. Continuing to sort out the finances. I think it's fair to say finances here at Bourne now, very strong. We don't read too much into that because it doesn't take into account Champions League money or Premier League prize money. So I think I'm going to leave this club with probably £100 million plus in the bank. Can't really complain. Let's see how we get on this season, and we'll find that out tomorrow. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.